welcome to the 6th episode of Poly Live. We are live in the University Union, and I'm Noni.
I'm Hannah.
And our moderators today will be Sophie, Nabil, and Ryan, so make sure to talk to them in the chat line. So I know that we've been training for the Nike Half Marathon. Our whole goal for today will be healthy living. You want to tell us a little bit about yours?
Yeah, so I ran the Nike Women's Half Marathon last year too, and it was probably my favorite day ever. It's so much fun. And Noni and I have both been training since we signed up in June. Yeah, and we've been, running to the gym all the time.
Still not getting any better. But,
no, still not getting faster. But it works out pretty well since we're talking a lot today about healthy living here at Cal Poly. And, there's a ton of resources for us, whether it's, working out at the rec center, or we're running on trails out by, the architecture graveyard or something like that, or even if we join the trail running club, or even ride bikes to class. There's lots of ways to stay active on Cal Poly's campus. It's almost too easy.
Definitely, especially our rec center is huge now, and
it's
absolutely
crazy.
love going there. Not gonna lie, I still haven't made it outside yet, but I'll be ready. By the time we get to San Francisco, I will be ready for those hills.
Hope so. So, lucky for us, there's a lot of different ways, like we said, to stay active and stay fit. And there's lots of different groups on campus that are going to help us in that journey to, stay fit and transition from, I know Noni and I both played team sports in high school, and transitioning from being on that team and having a coach and all of those things to kind of being on your own as far as working out goes, that can be kind of difficult. Luckily, there's lots of resources on campus to help us out.
Definitely. And for all of you who are a little clumsy like Hannah over here.
Hey, so mean.
Just in case you break your leg on one of those trails, we have areas like the Disability Resource Center that will help you out. So we are going to head to Devin's video, and he'll talk about the Disability Resource Center.
I'm here at the Disability Resource Center, known as the DRC, on campus, and we're going to talk a little bit about the services that they can offer to all students that are here. I'm here today to interview Vanessa Dominguez, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what the Disability Resource Center does. So, what do you guys do?
So the DRC, as we're most commonly known, is a service on campus that's primarily for students, and we service students with all various types of disabilities. So it's not just, your visual impairment or your typical physical impairment, but actually 80% of the students we serve have invisible impairments. So it could be attentional, learning disabilities, psychological impairments. We really do have a lot of students that come in with psychological impairments that actually start while they're in college. So if anything is going wrong, you're not feeling right, you can definitely come here.
I didn't even know that. I learned something new.
There you go.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the services that the Disability Resource Center offers?
Sure. So we offer probably our primary service and accommodation is testing. So there's a lot of students who want to test outside of the classroom. Maybe it's a distracting environment, or maybe they need more time, and so we can offer them that here. The other most popular accommodation is note-taking. We also offer books in an audio format. We can convert any of your text into an audio format or into an alternative format. And then we offer interpreting and captioning services for those who are hard of hearing.
Say I sprained my ankle playing soccer. Is this the place that I would come to?
Totally, absolutely. We do service students that have temporary impairments. Like Devin said, that could be a broken wrist, it could be a broken leg, it could be a concussion, or it could just be you're coming off of some pretty heavy-duty meds that your doctor put you on. So if you come to the DRC, we can get you set up with note-taking services, testing services, and transportation, which is a huge perk for all of our students. You get to ride in the tram, the sun's shining, it's a pretty good time.
So you just get the free ride around campus?
Absolutely.
And all services are free, is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. All
Okay.
services are free for students.
What would be the best way to get in contact with you guys?
You could go to our website. So if you go to the Cal Poly website, just click Cal Poly, type in DRC. If you forget DRC, type in disability. We'll pop up. You can click on our staff and just contact any one of our staff. You'll get someone like me. Or you could just walk down to the DRC. If you walk down toward the football field, we're right on the left. Last building, same building as Career Services. It's called the Student Services Building in 124.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, Devin. We're back here in the University Union. If you have any more questions about the Disability Resource Center, you can always ask them in our chat window, or you can check out their website. Right now we're going to talk to Dr. Bragg here about the Health Center, which is another great resource to help you stay healthy and safe on Cal Poly's campus. Dr. Bragg, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Good. Yeah, thanks for being here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the services that are offered for students through the Health and Counseling Center?
Well, Health and Counseling Services is essentially the student's family doctor. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. But after hours, we have an advice nurse and a crisis counselor that they can reach through our standard number. But we offer physicians, nurse practitioners, physician's assistants, counselors, a psychiatrist, plus we have lab, pharmacy, and x-ray. And we also have an excellent health education department with 4 peer health teams on a variety of subjects. And so this is a great way for students to get involved in health and health-related activities.
That's awesome. So what of all those resources, what's utilized the most and what's utilized the least?
Well, I would say most. Well, I'll talk first about health services. You know, we tend to see 3 things a lot. First, upper respiratory infections, colds, flu, strep throat, mono, that sort of thing.
I've been to the Health Center for all those things.
Oh, good. Good. You're not going to want to keep answering that question, however, as we go through here. We see a lot of orthopedics, sports injuries, broken legs, that's why we have an x-ray unit. And finally, we do a lot of sexual health appointments as well. On counseling services, it'd be pretty much as you would expect. We see a lot of stress and anxiety. We also see a fair amount of depression and relationship problems.
Okay, and what's something that maybe doesn't really get taken advantage of?
Well, it'd be mainly our tattoo
services?
removal service. I'm teasing. We do not do tattoo removal. There is a service that's very rarely used, and I think most students don't know about, but a regularly enrolled Cal Poly student can use the Student Health Center at any CSU campus.
Oh, really?
And
I didn't know
so, and so if you're at home, where's home?
Santa Rosa, so I could go to Sonoma State.
You go to Sonoma State, San Francisco State, where's home for you?
Roseville, so I can go to Sac State.
Sac State, you can go use their health centers, or you can get basic services there with no charge.
Good to know.
Will it cover your prescriptions while you're there?
No, your prescriptions, even here, your prescriptions you pay for out of pocket, or we can send your prescription to the pharmacy that your insurance covers. But our prescriptions are very cheap. We have we're in a big buying consortium with the other state agencies, and so it's our cost than $3.
Yeah, it's a really awesome resource. I know I'm deathly allergic to cats, and I get my allergy medicine for $2.50. It's super convenient. That way I can, go to Noni's house and hang out with her.
Yeah, no, I'm
awful
emotionally avoiding my cat, so I might have to go to counseling services in the health center.
We also treat cat scratch fever. So there you go.
Well, great.
Yeah.
So we touched on this a little bit, but do all Cal Poly students have access to the health center?
Yes, they do. All regularly enrolled Cal Poly students have access to the health center, and there's no charge for their doctor visits, their counselor visits. We have an optometrist. There's a $25 charge for that. Now, if you lay out a semester, let's say, often like in the summer, you can still come to the health center, and there is a small charge for the visit and some of the services there.
Gotcha.
And also 1 quarter after you've graduated.
Oh, that's good to know. So does that mean that I can come in? Oh wow, totally lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
We can help you with that too.
Does that mean that students who are incoming freshmen right now or incoming students can come in tomorrow, or does that they have to wait until they get settled?
No, they have to been here the previous quarter,
okay,
and then start. And obviously the first day of WOW Week is that the 16th, I think.
The 17th.
17th, but I think 16th. Then fall students can begin to be seen at the health center.
Gotcha. And do I have to have health insurance in order to use the health center?
You don't. You pay for most of the services at the health center are paid through your health services fee when you register.
Excellent.
You need to have health insurance, though. If you need emergency care at the hospital, if you need urgent care on the weekends when we're not open, or if you need specialty care for those allergies that you talked about, then we don't provide those services at the health center, and so you'd like to have insurance to help you get those services here in the San Luis Obispo area.
Got it.
So I know we've both been training pretty heavily for this half marathon, and I heard a little through the grapevine that I could get a full body massage.
There's like candles and soothing music. That's what I heard.
Well, it is true, but it's a chair. It's a massaging chair.
So it's not a human.
I was thinking
It is
oil.
not a
I was
human.
thinking.
Okay.
Okay, I mean,
But it is a pretty effective massage chair, and the room is set up to be very relaxing. And again, one of the things we want to do for students who are really stressed, they can come down, they can have a half an hour break in the middle of their day, and just be.
I could be okay with that.
Yes. Plus, you get free little socks.
Socks? You get free socks?
Well, so that because your feet are in this massaging thing down there,
okay.
and so we want to protect
All right.
that area from
I'm picking up what
foot
you're putting
cooties or
down.
whatever.
I got you.
Yeah.
Foot cooties.
Yeah.
the medical term.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, Brandy from the audience asked, can I use the health center when I move in on the 16th?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. when
So,
you
you
move
know,
in.
I'm moving day.
Bend your knees.
You never know.
Bend
Lift
bend
your
at the
knees.
knees. Yeah. Yes.
No. Don't let your parents stress you out too much. So what are some things that students should know upon visiting the health center for the first time?
I think a couple of things. Again, first, almost everything that they come in for is free. Seeing a professional is free. The second thing is that the service that they get is confidential, and so they're treated like adults. We're going to ask them adult questions. We're going to hold that information confidentially. If they want us to share information with other people, including their parents, they're going to have to sign a written release to be able to do that. And they can come in and they can whatever they're talking about is not going to get to their professor or to a dean or something like that. There are a couple of areas where confidentiality is breached. These are state mandated and primarily have to do with if they were a danger to themselves or others.
Got it. So we've got a couple more audience questions.
Great.
Oko Ye asked if I don't have health insurance, does Cal Poly offer it?
We do offer it. We have a plan through the CSU has a plan that it offers, and it's called HealthLink, and I think that it's on our webpage, so they can go and look for HealthLink and get the details on that.
All right.
Okay, perfect.
And-
Also,
Sorry, Brian O'Devin wants to know if he can get a flu shot.
He can get a flu shot. They usually come in October. We'll put an ad in the newspaper. There's usually a small charge, $6 to $10, but yes, we do offer flu shots.
Excellent. Is there anything else that maybe even we don't know about the health center that would help our incoming class learn more about how to stay healthy and safe on campus?
Well, I would just say that there are three things that we recommend, and the first is that you stay caught up on your schoolwork. You're nodding it. When you fall behind, your stress levels go way up. The second thing is, practice good health behaviors, eat right, exercise, and get sleep. And I think if you'll do those things, then the third thing we want you to do is have some fun. And that's pretty easy here at Cal Poly.
Definitely. Oh, Noni, you got a shout out. You got a shout out from George.
George, Gold 9. He was one of my stories during last week, so that's exciting.
Oh.
Thanks for watching.
Adorable. So I think that covers all of our questions. Noni, do you have any more questions?
I think I'm good. I know how to stay healthy. I have
Great.
typically how to use that, so that's nice.
60
Yeah.
to 70% of the students use the health center or counseling services every year. So don't be shy about coming in. We're wanting to see you.
Definitely a really awesome and convenient resource for students who, have the sniffles or maybe need a little extra help managing stress.
Yeah.
One more question. It's probably important to know when's the health center open?
It's open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, 9 to 4:30 on Wednesday, and stay tuned because we may actually add some extended hours during fall quarter.
Wow.
So,
Excellent.
yeah.
Great. Thanks so much.
Okay, it's been great being here.
Thanks.
Now we're going to transition over to Dan, who's going to tell us 5 ways on how to stay healthy.
Hi, my name is Dan, and I'd like to personally welcome you to Dan's Corner. last week's corner didn't really work out, so they're actually trying to find me a new one. College is tough to transition, so I have to give you some of my favorite ways to attain or reattain healthy living.
Number 1, we have massage chairs. I don't know about you guys, but massages are like one of the best things in the world. Lucky for all you Mustangs out there, the health center has a free massage chair for any Cal Poly student. Although they have a 15-minute time limit, they can be a great way to have a little pick-me-up on your long days. For those especially tough days, the health center provides white noise machine, scented candles, and even a tiny waterfall that can soothe away all your stress.
Come back in 15. Just go.
Number 2, we have the salad bars. Greens are a very essential part of my diet. Not only does the salad bar provide a great variety of choices, but they're fairly inexpensive. And as you can tell, it's really popular. Lastly, they're a great refreshing change to your diet. Number 3, the Arboretum. It is located towards the back of campus, and here it's very tranquil and peaceful. I love to come here and sit in the gazebo and read a good book, or nap, or do some homework. Probably just sleep. It's a really great place to take a load off the fast quarter system.
Number 4, the Recreation Center. The Rec Center is one of the places I frequent most. I personally like to use the second floor bikes by the window so I can, see people walking or biking to class.
Number 5, we have keeping up with your old hobbies. Just because you're here at a new school, with a new environment, with new friends, doesn't mean you have to leave all your old hobbies at home. You can keep up with your hobbies in multiple different ways. We have over 350 clubs, we have the craft center, we have the bowling lanes, we have intramural sports. So literally, there's something for everybody. All you have to do is just go out there and find it. So the hobby that I kept up with is plinking.
So those are some of my favorite things to do to keep my healthy lifestyle. And I hope these spark some of your own ideas for healthy living. So that's really all I have for this segment on Dan's Corner. So back to our hosts.
Thank you, Dan. Now I know how to say a swoller bear like him.
Right.
A massage chair, though.
Those guns, though.
Okay, so we have a few leftover questions from the audience, so we're going to start off with those. Okoye, first of all, great name. Fantastic. I've had it for the past 22 years, so it's great. Can I get extra time on a test if I have ADHD? I know if you go through the Disability Resource Center, they are able to give you extra time. I believe it's 1.5 times the amount that you would typically get. But definitely check out the Disability Resource Center and get the accurate information on that.
And student 1 wants to know, when do I find out what books I need? And you can check out, since you have your block schedule available to you right now, you can check it out on Pass. When you go and you select your classes, there's a little thing that says books, and you can click it, and it says what books you need, and you can even reserve those through the bookstore right now and get a little discount. It's always fun.
Perfect. And now we are going to talk to Chief Hughes from the University Police Department. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Great. Okay, so first, can you talk a little bit about the services that the University Police Department offers?
Well, first and foremost, the University Police Department is the primary law enforcement agency here on campus. We are a full-service police agency, and we provide all of the same traditional police services that you enjoy in your communities now. So that's anywhere from responding to calls for service, we take reports, we take all calls that come in, whether they're 911 calls, we investigate crimes, everything that you get from your police department in the community you live in now. On top of that, we also have event management. We're also responsible for staffing and managing about 340 special events throughout the year. That includes, it is quite a bit. That includes athletic events, events at the PAC, which is our Performing Arts Center, student events here in the University Union, concerts, and anything you can think of. So it was 340 last year. We're expecting that plus more this year as we want to promote as many events as possible on campus. We are also responsible for managing our parking program. So parking is a division within the police department, and yeah, that's a lot of fun.
So what's a common misconception about UPD?
I would say first and foremost is some people aren't used to having a police department on campus. Some people think that we might not have the same authority as another police officer, or if we write a ticket, that it's not the same ticket as you would get in any other part of in the city. So first and foremost, we are a police department. All the police officers here on campus receive all the exact same trainings same certification, same authority as any other police officer in the state of California. Second would be with our parking. A lot of parking misconceptions.
Yeah.
Sometimes people think if they get a parking ticket, it doesn't really mean anything, or if they're graduating, they don't have to pay for it, or they leave on Christmas break or whatever, they'll just go away because it's a campus ticket. It's the exact same thing as if you would get a parking ticket in the city of San Luis Obispo, or the city that you live in now. It's managed by the same state requirements as anywhere else. So if you do get a parking ticket, we ask people, make sure you pay them timely, because fines can go up, and other things can happen if you don't abide by the rules.
I had a parking ticket double on me once.
Right.
It was a really, really, really sad day.
And I think another misconception is that parking is there just as a revenue builder. However, all the revenue from parking goes really to pay for the parking structures that we have. It's self-funding program. It does not come from any student fees or from the general fund. It's a self-funded program, and also for the bus service. So a lot of students might not know, obviously the bus service we have here in the community is completely subsidized and free to them, and that comes from parking revenue.
Gotcha.
Can you describe some of the safety services that are provided from the police department?
Sure. Besides the traditional police services we offer quite a bit of educational program that I think is important. Our officers give, on average, about 100 different educational programs throughout the year.
Wow.
And that is a wide range of topics. A lot of those are in the residence halls, but we offer them to all the departments on campus. But they'll revolve around alcohol awareness, drug awareness, healthy choices and decisions, marijuana and the law, sexual assault awareness, a ton of different topics that we talk about. We also provide escort service on campus. It's a van that operates. It's driven by us. We employ about 30 to 60 student employees throughout the year. One of the jobs they have is to drive our escort van into the evening hours. It goes on a set route throughout campus, and for example, 10 after every hour, it stops by the library, which is obviously a very, very busy place here on campus, and then it'll go around the route to get people where they need to go.
We do have a poll going on right now. If you could take the escort van anywhere, where would you take it? Where would you take it?
That's a great question.
I know.
I mean, I've never been to Hawaii, so if it could float.
It's like, if it could be like the magic school bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Educational as well.
Yeah.
There
Why
you
not?
go. There you go. My
Learn.
house.
Yeah, I mean, like
Come
a
by and
home.
see what the chief is doing tonight.
As long as you cook dinner. I mean.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. A home cooked meal for someone who isn't me. It's always nice.
So we have a couple of questions from the audience. CP3 asks, can I ride a moped across campus?
That's a good one. As long as it is okay to be on the street. So if it's a registered vehicle, it can be on the street. If you're able to register it as you could in any other type of motorized vehicle. Like motorized scooters, it is written into state law. You cannot have a motorized scooter on a roadway. And our roadways on campus are the same as any other roadways as any other community. So as long as it can be registered, it could be allowed on the roadway itself. But it cannot be on the sidewalks or on the pathways. Those are reserved mainly for our pedestrians.
Okay, so my wheelies, my skateboards, my rollerblades.
Rollerblades. I found some at the thrift store the other day for like $4. I couldn't resist them. I was thinking, man, that would be such a fast way to get from class to class.
No
I'm not allowed.
No skateboards, no scooters, and the reason for that is we just as once the students come that haven't been here before, but I'm sure you've seen it, we are mainly a pedestrian campus. In between classes, during the busy time, our sidewalks, pathways, walkways, crosswalks are completely full of pedestrian traffic. Skateboards, scooters, pedestrians just do not interact together very well. So that could possibly push them in the roadways, and then we could have problems with motor vehicles, and it's just a safety. It's completely for safety reasons.
So vintage roller skates are also a no.
They look really cool.
It's so cool.
But sorry, no.
I'll just have them around my shoulder. I'll still look.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. CP3 also asks, has there been any kind of theft that occurred in the on-campus apartments?
There has been theft, and we actually enjoy a very low crime rate here on campus. However, crime does occur sometimes, and the majority of those crimes are all property crimes, and there are also crimes of opportunity. So main thefts that are occurring in the residence halls or in the apartments are of iPods, iPhones, computers, things that are left out in the open and unsecure. So if you leave your room, either secure the room or secure the item someplace in the room that makes it very difficult for someone to get to the item.
But I know you guys also provide like a bike and electronic registration
We do.
program, correct?
We do,
Explain
and that might not help from stopping the item from getting stolen. It greatly helps us in recovering items, especially bicycles.
Yeah.
I have about 150 bicycles behind my office right now, and they're abandoned. They're taken on a joyride somewhere. Sometimes they're found downtown. Sometimes people will take bikes from downtown here, and if they're not registered with us, we don't know who to get it back to. Same with electronic items. So serial numbers on your computers, come in and register those with us. We'll give you a sticker for that, so that way if it does get taken, shows up in a pawn shop, if we arrest somebody that has been stealing some items, that sort of thing, we can trace who the owner is and get it back to them.
Good to know.
And with all those unregistered bicycles, you guys provide a bike auction.
We do.
correct?
We do a bike auction a couple times a year. We'll do one in October.
Okay.
It'll be heavily advertised. A great way to get a cheap bike to get around campus. So come see us in October.
I heard a rumor that the most common crime on campus was actually bike seat theft. Is that true?
That is pretty common. Not
and
just
and
bike seats.
why steal a bike seat?
Not just bike seats, but really any accessory on bikes. And it's
So like
mainly
the tassels on my handlebars?
That's true. I got a couple of those. I got a collection of them in my office hanging. A lot of it is because it's just they're so easy to take with the quick release that are on those things. And bike seats, believe it or not, people who know good equipment on bikes, they're a very valuable item. So if you have a bike seat, especially on a valuable bike with the quick release, please remember to take those off and secure them. Take them into the residence.
You can also rent a bike locker for the school year as
You
well,
can rent
right?
a bike locker. They are a limited number. We do have them around all over campus, though, but they are a limited number. They're first come, first served basis. So if you're coming to campus, get a hold of us early to get on that list for the bike lockers.
Perfect. Okay, Brian O'Devon asks, what are the hours and locations of the escort van?
The escort van goes Monday through Thursday, right now, Monday through Thursday until about midnight. Now, we are looking at expanding that for the weekends and later into the evening hours, but right now it's Monday through Thursday.
Okay, perfect. And it starts at 7 p.m., I believe?
It's about 7 p.m.
Dark-ish.
Yeah, darkish.
Got it.
When we can get our student employees to come in sometimes.
There we go. And then as far as locations go, I believe it is outside the library, outside of the University Union, and as well as outside of the...
A business building out on like the
Business
back of the
building.
business building, right?
And then it goes up to on a loop around campus up into Polycanny Village, and then it stops in front of the traditionals, residence halls, and then it will go about a half a mile off campus periodically, just sometimes if people need to get off campus sometimes to their residences.
Excellent. Perfect. Oh, checking into our poll, some of the answers were Catalina, Disneyland, Hawaii, which...
Yeah,
that's
let's
you.
go.
And to find food. Okay, whoever said that, we
can be friends.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Disney one. I like that one. I want to
I
get on that
haven't
one.
been to
I
Disneyland in
wanna
a
get
long
on that one.
time.
I also haven't been to In-N-Out in a long time, so the food...
Ooh.
Yeah, we could.
Sounds nice.
we could.
Could get on board with it.
So Brandy B from the audience says, I love riding my bike, but I'm scared of it being stolen. Are there any tips I can follow to avoid that happening?
Best tip is to secure it, and secure it with a very nice bike lock. One, the metal, I think they call them kryptonite U-shaped bike locks are the best. If you use the cables, those are a little bit too easy to defeat with some average bolt cutters. So what you want to do is make it very difficult for someone to take your bike, which unfortunately moves them on to the easier bikes to be stolen. But
That
again,
protects your bike.
it does protect yours.
And she
get,
al- oh,
sorry, and also get if you can get under the bike into a bike locker.
Yeah, and she also asked, how do you rent a bike locker? Do you just go to UP?
Contact us. You can get on our website. There'll be a number there for Commuter Services, which manages our bike locker program.
Perfect. Swag Kid YOLO. Sorry, he has too much swag for me. If I see someone suspiciously walking with a bike tire or seat, what should I do?
That is a great question. And I was going to state earlier on that, security on campus is really a shared responsibility. We're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Cops are always here. However, the students, the faculty, the staff, our campus community is really the eyes and ears of our campus. You see much more than we do. If you see something suspicious, someone carrying bolt cutters, someone carrying a tire, someone carrying anything that looks suspicious, call us. Say something to someone. If you see something, say something. That's kind of our motto. See something, say something. Because even though it might be a little bit annoying for that person to get stopped if they're not doing anything, I think if they knew that we were doing it because we're just checking to make sure that this item wasn't stolen, same as you would want us to do if your item was stolen, you would want us to check the person walking down. And you know, we're professional. You know, we're caring, we're empathetic. We make sure that when we contact people, we're doing a good job on this is why we're doing this. This is why we have to do this. Just want to check to make sure that's your stuff.
I know another thing that really makes me feel safe on campus is that we have a bunch of blue lights all around campus. Do you mind describing those a little bit?
Blue lights, they're all over campus, including the outlining areas. So obviously we have several hundred acres around campus here and outlying agricultural areas. There's even blue lights out there. Basically what it is it's a free payphone. It goes directly to our dispatch center. We have our own dispatch center. It's has people in there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day, even during academic holidays and breaks. If you push the button on there, it's just like dialing 911. It goes to our dispatch center. We know exactly where you are. You can talk to us through there, and we immediately send someone there. Even if someone activates it and we don't hear anything, we still send someone to the location to make sure everything's okay.
Perfect. What's your average response time on that?
Our average time is just under 2 minutes. So it's about,
fast.
I wanted to say about 1.48 seconds is our average time, and that's for every call for service, not just the blue phone. So when we take, and we average 14,000 calls a year for service. So when we look at that and average all that, it comes down to just under 2 minutes.
Pretty speedy.
Thank you.
Okay, AAW asks, does the van go later during finals week?
It does not at this time, but we are looking at expanding that service.
Okay, perfect. Brian O'Devin asks, where can I buy parking permits?
The best thing to do is online. The reason I say that is you can get it at the police facility, which is building number 36, but there's always a line, and you don't want to wait in line. We want to make sure you're utilizing your time as best as possible. Do it online. Online sales happen second week of September, so coming up here in about 4 weeks, you can get them online.
Okay, perfect. I feel like I already asked, but just in case, John wants to know, what about Heelys? The
shoes with like the wheels that you like pop in, and
you can just
like they were really cool
around.
when we were in like 8th
They're
grade.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
They were fantastic in supermarkets. I
They're-
Oh yeah.
Bye, Mom. Yeah, that was great. No,
Do you want my answer, or do you want me to step out and give another one? Because they're really cool. I like them too. You know, those are considered roller skates or roller blades, basically, but obviously you can walk around them and pretty good.
Looks super cool.
there you go.
We're always in uniform, you know, so we're easy to see. So just a hint there.
Put them up real quick. Okay, perfect. Well, I think that's all that we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining
Great, thank you
us.
for having me.
Yeah.
And so during the end, at the end of every show, we like to get feedback from our viewers. And last week, we were asked for a Devin O'Brien with less clothing, and that's what you're about to get. Let's go check it out.
Hi guys, welcome to another section of Hidden Gems, and this week we're going to be showing you another way that you can utilize healthy living on campus. We're here at PolyFit in the kinesiology department, and we have the president of PolyFit here, Katie. Katie, can you tell us a little bit about what PolyFit is and what it does?
Sure, it's a student organization that we have here on campus located in the kinesiology department, but our main focus is for the students who are members of our organization so that they can learn how to administer these tests. We get to do body composition, fitness, all these really fun tests, so they get to learn and get practical experience, learn by doing Cal Poly Way.
Awesome. So I'm going to go through some testing myself today. Katie, can you tell me what I'm going to learn after I'm done?
He is doing the body composition test, so he's going to learn the basic body fat percentage, which is an indicator of health. A lot of people judge health based on skinny or how someone appears, but you can't actually judge that. You have to use equipment such as our hydrostatic weighing tank, which is one of the things that he gets to go through today. Right next to your body. Stop trying to flex.
I'm sorry, I just, what's about to happen to me?
So hydrostatic weighing is where we compare the subject's underwater weight with their weight on land, and that gives us their body fat percentage. The fact that students get access to this for free is amazing because out in the real world, it costs about $80 to get done. So.
Well, I'm glad I'm taking advantage.
Now you get to sit in the chair, and what you're going to do is you're going to be completely suspended in the chair so that you can take your weight, and then you're going to put yourself underwater and blow out all of your air, and then when I see the last air bubble, I knock on the tank and we take a reading of your underwater weight so that we can use it in the calculations.
All right, I am now out of the tub. I'm drier than I was, and so we're gonna go finish up the testing and maybe get some results. Are you guys open to only kinesiology majors or to everybody?
Well, Polyfit is a university organization, so we're not just a kinesiology club. So we have mostly kinesiology students, nutrition students, and biology students that are interested in going into the health fields. But we're open to anyone who wants to join. We've had some biomedical engineers, some mechanical engineers, some English majors, just anyone who's interested in learning these skills.
And would you recommend that they maybe just stop by the office during working hours or something like that, or how would you get
if they're
involved?
interested, we do have a meeting the first week of school where they sign up for a time that they will come each week and learn and administer the tests. But if they're interested, come by the office, talk to us. We're usually around, or there's going to be people in here testing, so
Okay.
they can come by anytime.
So that's about all we have here. I just want to thank these guys again for having me. It's been a pleasure. If you're interested in learning more in the fall, definitely swing by or send an email. And these guys definitely help you stay living healthy, and hopefully you learn a lot more about this in this episode. We'll see you next time. I'm Devin, and we're out of here.
Devin with less clothes on, you're welcome. So to summarize, we started off talking about the DRC, which is the Disability Resource Center, and all the services that they have to offer.
And then we went and checked out the health center and all the resources that they have to offer.
Daniel was out of the corner, but he was able to talk about the 5 ways to stay healthy.
And then we hung out with Chief Hughes with University Police Department.
And then you got to see Polyfit, and again, less clothes. So
Your
we
wishes
like to
are command.
accommodate, so make sure that you actually ask for what you want. Also, we have the photo contest, and we have some really cool pictures in
Yeah, there's one for Alaska.
and the Grand Canyon.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. So try
Yeah.
to beat that. Keep sending in your pictures.
If you're going on an international vacation, you should bring a Cal Poly t-shirt with you, take a picture of it, and hashtag PolyLive.
Make sure to keep sending in your questions at orientation@calpoly.edu. And make sure to like us on Facebook.
Do
if
it.
you get up to 1,000 likes, someone is going to go free to WOW.
So you can share our status updates. You can tell your friends to like PolyLive. You can tell your parents and supporters to like PolyLive. Everyone should like it. It's really cool. It's a thing. But, maybe you could be the one to go to WOW for free.
And maybe you could be in my group. 'cause
Or
my
mine.
Group will be,
It's going to be
come on.
more fun. More fun.
Yeah. So August 28th will be our next episode, and we will be talking about campus happenings, so make sure to tune into that.
Right now, we're going to bid you farewell. But first, we're gonna play some Heads Up. If you haven't downloaded this yet, this is free advertising for Heads Up, but you totally should. It's the greatest app you'll ever download.
We're going to play some charades, so we're going to cut out the sound, but make sure to keep watching.
We'll see you on the 28th.